I believe this was all a plan of the universe. It was all timed. That's why I came here. This was all timed. For some star seeds that people call star seeds who awaken at a certain date. It's for a reason, and there is a divine timing and a reason that I don't know yet.
So you said you came here. You came here to this planet. That's what you mean?
Yes, because I remember some of my soul origins. I know that sounds crazy. But it was shown to me. I remember my incarnation on another planet. It was in the Andromeda galaxy. I remember perfectly. And more people remember. And as star seeds, I believe we came here to help humanity to become kinder. And
So star seeds. What does it mean exactly? Star seeds. You mean the avatars, the enlightened entities that come back to Earth to lead humans, to show them how to live? Like,
yeah, I believe we come from we incarnate here to lead by example. So it's not like we are going to save people. We're just leading by example every day. And when I mean leading by example, it's just holding the door in the store for somebody, for example. Just little random acts of kindness. It's not like we are superheroes. We're just showing example of kindness and where people can get to if they are kind and they clean their energies.
so when did you find out for yourself that you are one of the star seeds?
And this is going to sound absolutely crazy. You're going to say, Patrice, you are out of your mind. So I was meditating in this room and I left my body and I went on a starship. So it was not a physical experience. I know people who had very physical experience. I know this is real. I have no doubt. And I was shown a screen with symbols, which now I understand it was light language. And I believe this activated some more potential in me. So I did not get to see the beings. It was like I was a puppet. They took me in front of a screen. Look at these symbols, back in my couch.
Okay, so all these encounters people talk about and write and are not physical encounters with aliens and with starships, are all metaphysical, like you say.
Yes. I know a lady who had I'm going to stop you because I know a lady who had a physical encounter. I'm going to tell this story because I believe this is very important because this is going to happen in the next 2 or 3 years. She had cancer. She had breast cancer and she had lumps under her arms. So it was very bad. And she got abducted by aliens. And the next day she remembered because she did not, she tried, they tried to put her asleep. I know this lady personally. It's not something I read on the internet. I know it's true. She's not crazy. She has documents from the hospitals and stuff like this. And the next day she came back in her bed and her cancer was gone. She had nothing. So she went to the hospital that week. And the hospital, they did not ask her anything. They just classified this as a miraculous healing. But she remembers she was physically on the starship. They came that night, they took her, and they did surgery on her, and they saved her. So she doesn't know why yet, but she's probably a starseed too, and she probably had a big mission or something like this. So there are two types of encounter. So physical and metaphysical.
Okay, so why then there are no really clear, good pictures? Because everybody has a high quality, smartphone right now. Why there are no good, high quality pictures and videos of these starships or aliens?
Oh, you can if you look carefully, but there's so many fake videos too. You don't know what's fake and what's real anymore. That's the problem. But I believe there are many real ones. For my case, it was not possible to take materials because it was metaphysical, as you said. I just left my body. For this lady, she was abducted at night. But this is a very good question. But I believe we're going to meet, more and more channelers are talking about
Yeah, because it's a time of
2026 as a date. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a time of awakening right now. This is why people are so interested in all this information right now.
And also, I believe there's also aliens that are they are at a higher frequency like than us. So let's say the world is like a radio. 3D is 100 hertz. Maybe is extraterrestrial or extra dimensional that at 102 hertz, and we cannot see them because our frequency is too low. And this is why meditation can bring you to a higher frequency and you can see them. You can see the blue beings like you see in the Indian paintings, like the Mahakali and things like this. You see them if you meditate a lot. You can see them as holographic beings in front of you. That happened to me twice. It's very hard to get to this point, but I believe this is where we are going to get. but the camera doesn't capture this. So even if you have the camera, it captures only 3D 100 hertz, not 102 hertz.
So you had acquired this amazing ability to see through people, to see their sickness, to feel them through. Do you like that ability? Are you happy that you got it or not? What do you feel like this is your mission to do this?
Oh my God, it changed my life. It's like it revealed my true self. It was before I was not aligned with who I was supposed to be. I was doing office work as a programmer, and helping people is brings so much joy. It's like being of service is just unbelievable. It's like I'm so happy I could do this all day long, honestly. Even when I do sessions, people are like, oh my God, you're done for this work. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like I did the session in a hospital, and I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm supposed to do. It was like, yeah, I have no doubt. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to do. It's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah,
Being
yeah.
of
So,
service is amazing.
yeah, so basically, this ability showed you the path. You
Yes.
realized your mission on this earth, and that made you happy.
When I do readings, I feel home. It's an incredible sensation.
Because you just done this reading with me just before the interview, and it felt amazing. And I thought this might be hard on you doing this every day with different people. I mean, you like taking those problems on yourself.
This is how I believe it works. We are all connected. So basically, if you're sick, I'm sick too. And we can connect to the earth grid of humans because everybody is connected. If you hurt someone, you hurt yourself. This is very clear. If you are kind to someone, it comes back to you eventually because everything is connected. So I can connect to your field and clear your field. So it's like we just are one being when I'm doing the reading. We are completely connected to the shortest distance possible. So yes, I'm a channel of energy. This is some people can see this. I'm channeling energy. I'm channeling energy that is compatible with your biofield and it needs to be transmuted. Everything, all the darkness, let's call it like this, all the bad energy, whatever you want to use, it needs to be transmuted in something else. So it needs to come as a sound. That's why sound therapy is so good because sound transmute. Sound, a tear is very common. A yawning, also sometimes shaking. So the energy is just being transformed from dark energy to motion or physical energy, 3D. But I don't get tired. Honestly, I don't get tired. This is still a mystery. I've seen other people who do this. I've met them and they ask me why I don't get tired. And I
Yeah.
said, I don't know. It's like I'm so energized.
Now, you said that there is past life traumas you clear, and there is generation traumas you clear. What's the most common, past life traumas or
Oh,
generation traumas?
there is no general rule. There's a little bit of everything. There's also the people's traumas from this life. Sometimes I can see them. So everything I can see, I can remove basically or edit. And if I cannot, usually if I know a practitioner who can, I get the name in my ear and I can send the person to the right practitioner because I cannot do everything. We need to work as a team to get the most beneficial effects. But I would say past lives is a big thing right now with the big awakening that's coming. There's this urgency of clearing the past lives. I can see it in my readings. So for me, I see them as ribbons attached to the left of the body of the person, and I remove the ribbons, and I can remove a lot of them in 1 hour. I've been told because I've worked with people who can see energy, and they say, "Oh my God, this is so fast! So we don't know how you do it," and I don't know either, honestly. It's just happening, and I'm just here channeling energy.
So, how many past lives? What's the average amount of lifetimes, past lives that people have, the people that came back to Earth?
Oh, I have no idea because what I see is the past lives on Earth to clean the Earth karma, basically, so Earth can ascend too. If there's no average, I have people with only one who can be very dramatic. What happened? I had a medical doctor who had pneumonia all the time. She said, "I have pneumonia. I had pneumonia 5 times in 10 years. I don't understand what I have. I cannot figure it out." And she had access to all the specialists, and she says, "What's going on with me?" And I saw a past life, and we cleared it. She was rolling on the floor, and she went to vomit in her toilet. But her somatic experience was just out of this world, honestly. And she had only one, and that was that one. I'm not going to do the story because it's very horrible. But some people sometimes have 100, so there's no or 200.
When you see through a person, you see the disease or whatever, how do you see that exactly? Can you describe it?
It's like a hologram. If you've seen the movie Avatar, It looks like this kind of colors. It's translucid. It's full HD. It's like the graphic resolution is like, honestly, it's like a computer rendering. It's amazing. I don't know if you've done medicinal plants like ayahuasca or magic mushrooms, maybe. You get visuals with
I have
colors
not.
that don't exist on. So you've seen colors that don't exist on Earth and a graphic resolution that does not exist here. You know it's real, but you know it's something else. It's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. I don't know if they can deliver information like this.
You're talking about we need to release the emotion. We need to clear the energy. How we do this by ourselves?
If you want to do it alone, you mean?
Yeah.
This is a very good question. So it is possible. You need to practice and you need to first already remove everything that stresses you in your life. So the first thing to remove is your TV because the news is just fear, 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 stress, fear, stress, fear, stress, fear, especially in the US or even in Europe now, honestly. What you can do is also stretching. I'm not talking about yoga, even if it's basically the same principle, but especially stretching of the hips. The most trauma is stored in the hips. Try to do stretching, try to do the splits or things like this. Even if you don't reach the splits, it doesn't matter. Stretching the nervous system is a very, very good way of getting rid of it. Meditation practice, of course, singing, dancing, making happy things. It's way simpler than what we think. It's just that we forgot how to do it. Exercise, if you just go do exercise,
Yeah.
singing, sound therapy, if you have singing bowls, tuning forks,
Yeah.
things like this. There are many, many ways. And massage. Massage is my favorite solution because it feels good and it's incredible because they can really find where the emotions are stored in the tissues.
Well, you mentioned that you removed the TV. You got to remove the TV from the house, but I don't have a TV for 20 years, but I have the YouTube, so I watch the same news on YouTube.
Ah, yeah, but you have to be careful about what you watch. You have to filter. If you start to feel stressed or sweaty or
Yeah.
grumpy, that's not good. Just change it. You still need to be informed, of course, about what's going on in the world, but be very careful about what you watch.
You mentioned that during the meditation, during your awakening, you got to see beings, ascended masters. Can you name a few ascended masters that you've seen and what was your experience like?
hmm So the first one I saw, I believe, was Sananda. So it's Yeshua. That's another aspect. It's Jesus. So I'm not religious at all. I've never gone to church except for a funeral. This is the first one I saw. And then I saw right after, like 2 minutes after, during a meditation, I saw Saint Germain. I did not know that guy. So I had to look it up on the internet. And I found a photo or a drawing, and it was exactly the visual I got. Where I've seen some I did not know from India, like for example Mahakali, Shiva. I have seen also. I have seen Quetzalcoatl. Some I had to do some research because I did not know them. And what's that guy's name? Ganesha, the elephant guy from India. Yeah, I've seen him several times, and I've seen him also. So I believe they are ascended masters, but people don't know. I've seen Tesla, Nikola Tesla, once. I was like, what? And I've seen Gandhi. I was like, whoa, Gandhi. And he came twice. The feeling of inner peace. So when they come, they bring the vibration with them. And it was like the peace. Wow. I was like, whoa, that was so beautiful. It's hard to describe. And I don't even want to try to make people believe this is true because if
Yeah.
you don't have a first experience, it's impossible to convince people that this is true.
Did they say anything to you? They just show and make you fill up with love and peace, or they tell you anything?
So my first encounters, they just appeared in front of me like holograms. They were really in the field in 3D. It's the translucid. That was they did not speak. Once I did a meditation for 3 hours, and Yeshua showed up, and he said, "Go clean your kitchen,"
Yeshua, I mean
because I was
Jesus?
so
Jesus?
yes, yes. He said,
Okay.
"Go clean your kitchen." Because I was meditating too much, I was meditating 5 hours a day, and they said, "No, no, you spend too much time up there. You go back in 3D. You do the. You're coming here for the human experience. So enough."
Good sense of humor, yeah?
Did, oh yeah, they are all very funny. Honestly, they are all very, very funny. And so I just went to clean my kitchen, and I reduced my meditative practice because I was very addicted. I was meditating 3, 5 hours a day. It's It's because it takes you away from your problems, basically. That's that powerful. It's more powerful than a drug, actually. And it's free. Yay!
Yeah, no, it's amazing that sleep is so good and it's free. So you said you love to meditate so much that you couldn't believe that it was for free, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with sleep. You sleep, it feels so good
Mm.
that we can't believe it's free.
I can get in the zone very quickly because I practice with a mentor, a Nepalese priestess. And she said, Patrice, that's incredible. I've never met anybody like you. It's like I get in focus instantly. And this is what happens during my sessions because people can see energy and they say, oh my God, you leave your body, it's instant. You don't have to get in the zone for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes preparation.
So this three years since 2019, since you had that incident, they've been remarkable for you. It's a big awakening, and you were really, really happy. Well, if you meditate 3-4 hours a day, I can imagine that you love it. But meditation is not only sitting in a lotus pose and meditating. I walk my garden sometimes. It's not a garden, it's just like a football field here. And I look at the stars at night, and it feels like meditation, you know? That's a connection too.
There are so many, yeah, there are so many ways to meditate. If this is exactly what you said, you don't have to be in the lotus pose. Meditation is basically be in the present moment. This is what it is. You can be meditating while you do your dishes.
Very good point here. Meditation is just to be in a present moment. Beautiful. Beautiful said. So, can you describe the process of healing other people? Let's say somebody comes to you for a session or they contact you online. And how exactly that healing? You start talking to them, you close your eyes, you concentrate, you tune with their vibrations, with their energy, and you can see their problems.
Okay, so I'm going to be very clear. I'm not a healer. I don't do healings. I just do readings. I don't want to be blacklisted. I already got some problems, so I'm just reading.
I'm gonna put a
Yeah,
disclaimer
and
in
I don't
there.
do. So sometimes it starts before the session starts. I start yawning in the room or coughing. I know something is happening, and even the person I'm going to connect on Zoom because I do that on Zoom. They say, "Oh, something happened before I started coughing or yawning or some having a tear in my eye." So I believe there are other forces at play, maybe angels or ascended masters or like archangels, things like this. So I don't see the screen. I just close my eyes during the session. I don't need my eyes actually. I just use my third eye. So what I do is that I clear the field around the person first, and I read the body and I tell them what I see. Sometimes I do not see what they have. It's actually very frequent. That kind of puzzled me at the beginning because I was like, my God, why can't I see? And then I realized there's a law of the universe. You can only ask people who ask for help. You can only help people who ask for help. If they don't tell me what they have, I cannot help them. And that was very hard for my ego because I really wanted to guess what they had. But this is part of the game to not have an ego because there's my head would explode probably because I would feel like super powerful when in fact this is exactly the opposite. If you want to do this work, you have to be very humble and just let the energy flow, just be a clear channel, and the information just gets delivered, like when people channel and speak. This is a different type of energy that is channeled to help the person with their journey, either if it's awakening, karma, or health journey. I'm just use my body to transit the energy into the human grid. This is what I believe. So I know sometimes I act directly on the body of the person, but not all the time. It's very rare. I believe we send biophotons. I've done some research about that, and science is going very, very fast about the subject. Because we are beings of light, we actually emit light. If there's photography, you can look it up on the internet. It's been filmed. And when we are in the vibration of love, we emit more light. So this is what I believe. This is just my personal theory. I'm not a scientist. I believe that when we are completely in the love vibration, or universal love, we can direct these biophotons towards anyone we want on the planet. Could be animal, a plant, a being. And since it's light, it travels at the speed of light, so it's instant. And this is how we can do remote healing. But we need to get in that universal love vibration to be able to send this light. So it's not a magical healing. I'm not going to repair a broken arm. If you have a broken arm, go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's really for stuck energies and things like this.
So basically, we have to get into the love vibration somehow. with help or without help. This is why families are so important when people love each other, because they always live in this love vibration. Like I say,
Mhm.
there is a song, I believe, somebody to love. You want always, it's not like you want somebody to love you. No, you want to love somebody. You want to love somebody because that makes you feel good because you are living in a love vibration.
That's a very good point, but you also have to love yourself, and this is where we are going, because that's what we forgot to do. It's to love ourselves, and this is very, very hard to do. If you love yourself, the rest will follow, because if you are in a state of love, you'll be kind to other people.
How do you describe loving yourself? Is that egotistical or just taking care of yourself, believing in yourself? What do you mean by love yourself? Because a lot of people give it a flair of negativity to love yourself. Okay, you're only thinking about yourself. He loves or she loves herself only.
It's because we've been programmed. What you describe is correct. Other people are going to think that, because that happened to me. Like, oh my God, Patrice, you're so egotistical, you're so selfish. It's like sometimes you just walk up in front of a bakery, you see a nice cake, you're alone. I'm just going to stop. Have a nice cake.
That's
This is
loving
what it
yourself.
is to
That's a
be.
good idea. I wanted the cake. In France, they have the nice cakes over there and the beautiful,
Yeah,
you have a cappuccino with a piece of cake. That's loving yourself, right?
yeah, exactly. Go get a massage if you want a massage. This is very
Good.
difficult for men, for example. I found for me it was very, very difficult to take care of my body. But this really changed my life. Honestly, this absolutely changed my life. I cannot recommend enough people to get a massage or go get a massage. It will change your life. It reconnects you to your body. It makes you feel good. It gets rid of the stress. It works on the lymphatic system. It works on your immune system. There's only benefits. Honestly, this is the best technology on the planet. Makes you feel good. It supports small businesses. Everybody wins.
Great advice about massage. We have to all get massages, right? And the
Yes.
world would be much a better place.
Oh my God, imagine if we started massages at school, because there will be no separation between, I mean, not this look on the body like there is now, like, oh, you're fat, you're too skinny, you don't look good, blah, blah, blah. There will be acceptation of the body, and that would change the world if we could start at school.
Now, you mentioned the third eye. You can see through the third eye. Can you describe that a little bit? How do you see through the third eye?
Okay, so also I've done some research about this. So this is my personal interpretation of the third eye. So I actually believe we see from the heart space. So that's why you need to be in unconditional love. The data is transferred here, but it's translated here. The third eye is actually a translator.
Okay, so you basically
You need,
see with your heart
yes,
and you
and the
understand,
pineal gland is just a
yeah, and you understand the information that you got through your heart, with your heart, through your third eye, through the pineal gland,
yes. So
through
that's
the
why there's people who are clairaudient. They hear the message. Some people see. Some people just know. They have inner knowing. The translator works differently for different people. This is what Joe Dispenza is studying scientifically. I believe is very, very close to the truth. And the heart wave is really huge, honestly. And if you get in the heart space, it creates a wave of energy around you. It's like could shoot like 30 meters around your body. It's scientific facts.
So we're
It's
coming back
amazing.
to love. We're coming back to love. If you got love in your heart, that's the that's the information. The main information of the universe. It's love.
Yes.
Now everybody talks about love. I remember my first interview on this channel with the mystic Hans Wilhelm. The first thing he said, purpose in this earth is to activate the love muscle. So thank you, Hans, for your
Yeah.
advice.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Hans.
it's the same thing. Yeah, everybody says the same thing. It's all about
We have
love.
to get out of this the ego mind is a trick. It's a trick. That's what we have to escape. And this is when you start to see the extra dimensional beings. I mean, it's not woo stuff. I mean, monks have been practicing this for 6,000 years. We already know.
Yeah.
The truth is so easy. Honestly, you just have to be kind. It's that easy, but it's very hard to do on a daily basis. It's because this is what people don't understand. You can still don't like somebody and still love them. You don't talk. You just don't talk to them. You just avoid them, and that is fine. I mean, you still respect them. You agree to disagree, and this can be done with love. But you don't have to talk to them.
Patrice, good advice, but it's so hard to be loving in today's world. It's not
Yeah, but
always,
this planet. Yeah, this planet is the hardest planet in the universe, apparently. So this is a great school. This is why we are here.
So this is
Because
the
we are the.
hardest or one of the hardest planets?
It's not very clear. I believe this is one of the hardest. It's always harder. Infinite is infinite.
Okay.
There's always.
So souls decide to come to this earth in order to advance faster.
Hmm. Yes,
It's a boot camp here. It's really.
yes, boot camp. And we only gone for a fraction of a second. If we knew who we truly are, we're just gone for 1 second. But it feels like 100 years.
You see how you, Patrice, how you understand all this. This is amazing because you got this awakening. You realize that everything that is happening is half a second, like you said. You got that realization.
Hmm.
And how do you understand that? Can you describe a little bit?
I cannot describe it. It's inner knowing. I have no doubt. Faith. I don't know what people would call it, faith or God, or I don't know. I'm not a religious person, but I know it's a game. I know I came to help the game because it went off track with the dark people. Let's call it like this. I think somebody hijacked the game, and we have to repair the game.
So you decided to come on this earth as a star seed and get all this trouble on your back just to help other souls.
Apparently, yes, like millions of other star seeds, we're not alone.
There is many star seeds and avatars and enlightened beings that came to this earth, and we know about them. But how about the ones that are unknown? I think that there is so many right living on this earth right now that are unknown to anybody.
Oh yeah, they hide. Some hides, they will activate at a certain date, that is for sure. I've heard many channelers and what's her name, the lady who did the QTC, Dolores Cannon. There are millions of ascended masters on the planet right now. I believe this is true.
She's
And
1 millionth?
incarnated angels. 1 million, maybe more than
Yeah,
millions. She said
yeah,
millions of ascended masters and probably angelic angels, incarnated angels.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they are going to lead the way and show what's possible with the human body.
All right, so let's talk about the opposite of the angels. Are there a lot of
Hmm.
evil people here that came here on purpose to create havoc and madness and
Yeah, this is part of the game. We agreed. We all agreed to play this game, and
yeah.
this is kind of a stupid game, honestly, because this is very hard. I've seen them. As I've seen Ascended Masters as hologram. I can see what people call reptilians or greys or things like this, bad ones. Bad ones. There's nothing as bad. In fact, everything is love based. It's just a game. It's just
Okay,
hurts because
so
it's a game with real emotions.
let's go a little bit into the conspiracy theory here. Do you think this persons, or I don't know, some people say lizard people, who knows? I'm just using a term that I heard.
Mhm.
Behind the scenes, and they're creating this madness, like the wars, diseases, whatever. This is they create that on purpose.
Oh my God, I'm going to have the police in my house in a few hours.
I know. We got a disclaimer. We're gonna be disclaimers here.
Disclaimer. Disclaimer. This is all fiction. Honestly, yeah, I believe this is true. I also believe entities are controlling some. Well, I can see them, so I know it's true. They are controlling politicians and things like this. So this is what I can see when a politician is elected. Their eyes change; they become black. I can see that. I've seen that since I was a kid. I was like, "What's why?" But now I understand because I can see they have something attached on their spine. So it's like an extra dimensional being of the darkness. Let's call it like this. That takes over. We don't even know. Honestly, the politicians don't even know we have that. But what's happening is that with the new kids that are born, they come clear of karma and they come with all their gifts activated. We can see that with their eyes open. So I was working with the kid of a friend. She's 9 years old. And she changed sidewalk. And I said, "Why are you changing sidewalk?" And she said, "That guy has something on his shoulder." So I had to close my eyes and meditate in the street to be able to see this. I was like, "Oh my God, this is true." And I believe with the big awakening, people are going to see that and they're going to freak out, honestly. They're going to need people like us to clean the mess. Because they're even going to. I know a lady who saw one on herself in the mirror, a reflection of a window at the store. I know her personally, and she freaked out. She said, "Oh my God, Patrice, can you help me? I have this on me." People are starting to realize this is really happening. This is still woo stuff for a lot of people, but we're going to get there very, very, very quickly.
Okay, so how do we avoid being contacted or being attacked by these entities? How do we stay away from that?
You have to keep a high vibration of love or happiness. This is the best way. As people use stones or other tools or smudge sticks, but you cannot walk in the street with your smoke, because the smoke actually increases the vibration with the electric vibration of the air. It's like being by a waterfall. It's the same thing. It increases the number of ions around you. So this is why they cannot attach. This is scientifically proven. Also, it changes the electric zone around your body where the smoke is.
Okay, so basically the lower vibration we get, the easier for these entities to attack and to be attached to us. For
Yes, and then
example.
they feed off of your energy and they keep you down. You get tired, depressed, grumpy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is hard to believe. Honestly, this is hard to believe. 4 years ago, I would hear this interview, I would say, Patrice, you are absolutely out of your mind. But so much has changed since my awakening. Oh my God.
Well, my audience is not going to say that because they are looking for this kind of information. So, but there are critics too. There are a lot of people who don't believe it, who say, okay, but well, we got a disclaimer in the in the end of the video, so we're good. I can put it even in the beginning.
Yeah, but people are going to need this information with the big awakening when they're going to realize this is all true. They're going to look it up on the internet. What can I do? Is this true? Am I making this up?
Okay, so big awakening. Everybody heard about that term around. Now it's going around. Do you think it's happening right now already, or is going to be at some point?
Oh, it's happening right now, honestly. I mean, I'm the living proof this is happening. I've started seeing stuff. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a religious person. I did not go to Nepal to meditate. And I met so many people like me. I'm not alone. I can see it in my sessions. People come because they have a physical problem and we can see stuff at the end. By the end of the session, they activate their gift. So it's not like it's no, this is happening. And there's this urgency of clearing everything up. Yeah, I just saw this interview on another channel with Franco, is Incarnated Danger.
Oh, you saw me with Franco. Yeah, I'm going to have him one more time.
Oh, it's amazing.
Franco
And he
Romero. Yeah.
says, yeah, 2024, there's going to be massive, massive, massive awakenings on the planet. And the full shift will be done by 2032. So it's going to be very, very quick.
Okay. So it started. When do you think this massive awakening started?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I would say the lockdown episode. This is when it restarted.
At least I started to be interested in this stuff in 2000, 2001. And you see, even this channel, it's helping to awakening too.
Definitely. Oh yes.
What channel like this? I would say not exactly this channel, but channel like mine are helping for awakening because there is so
Yeah.
many people, like you coming on the show and
How am I going to say this? I don't want to put a judgment, but that happened during my sessions. And when people log in on Zoom and they say, "Oh my God, thank you, you're a regular guy. There's not a picture of Buddha or a chakra poster behind on the wall."
it's a lot of people have that in the back. Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I just have
I've
my background. That's all.
yeah, I've had that so many times, and it's a game changer for people because it makes it more believable. For some reason, it's not. Well, I know Buddhism is not a religion, but for people it is. They don't make the difference, and they say, "Oh my God, it's not a religious thing. It's not like
Yeah,
Hare
yeah.
Krishna."
That's why I don't have anything. Here we have open mind. You can
Mm.
you can pray to anybody you want. You can read anything you want. We're just searching for the truth.
In fact, most of the teachings were correct, but they got manipulated by mankind over times. I'm talking 1,000 years ago, and we got lied to. So we forgot our powers. We forgot what we could do as human beings. Because I believe everybody can see, read inside body. So it's not. It does not take a master to do this. You just need to practice and silence your mind. Everybody has access to these gifts. You can astral travel. If you want to go to Japan tomorrow, you can. You can just leave your body, go.
Okay, one more question. Do you charge for your sessions?
Yes, so I started for free. Nobody wanted them.
That's a good point.
Like, are you crazy? Who do you work? Who do you work with? You work with dirty energy. I don't know dirty energy. And then I started charging, and people told me I was too cheap. I was charging $50 per session. Are you crazy? Sessions like yours are like $300 or $600 in the US. I did not feel comfortable charging that much money for people who have a problem. Because healthcare is already very, very expensive. So I reached a point, I found a price point that is very fair. I charge $175 right now. But my sessions are not timed because most people time their session 1 hour, for example.
Wow.
I estimate most of my sessions last 2 hours, but if there is more time needed, I would extend it. So my longest session lasted 7 hours actually. I want to serve the people to the best of my abilities. So it's actually really a good deal. And I also have group session on Saturday where I have a protocol that was given to me with by guides, and that cleans a lot of stuff in a short amount of time.
One more question I ask everybody. What's your definition of freedom?
Being at inner peace. It would be it. Doing what you love, being at inner peace and taking care of yourself. Yeah, inner peace for me is the biggest thing that we need to reach.
Where people can find more about you, if you'd like to share the information, how they can contact you and stuff.
So they can contact me on my website. It's impossible to write. It's patricekrysztofiak.com, but you'll find it. Because we are KRYZ, so many letters, but that's fine. You can put it in the YouTube description. I
No,
will
it would
send
be
you the
easier
link.
to go like this. Patrice Night Shift Guy.
Yeah, I have two websites, but I'm switching to my name actually. I have this calling to say, okay, I have to do my spiritual coming out now. No more hiding behind the name. I have nightshiftguy.com, which was my old website,
Yeah, because
but
it's
I'm
easier to
switching
remember
to.
for people. Because Krysztofiak, it's a little not for I can pronounce it because I'm from Eastern Europe, but for America it's
Mm.
probably a little bit difficult. Krysztofiak, Patrice Krysztofiak. Okay.
But I believe my name was chosen by a reason. So they say when we incarnate, we choose our names, and
The first name or
I
the
believe
last
it was
names?
chosen both names actually. We choose our family and our first name, and I believe this was very carefully chosen, and I have to go with it. I have this calling to say, okay, this is who I'm truly am. I have to be aligned with what I do. I don't need to hide behind a brand. I'm Patrice Krysztofiak. I'm going to do this,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be proud of what I'm doing.
Do you have anything else to say to your audience, Patrice?
Yes, be kind to yourself. This is key to the big awakening. This is very hard to do. This is actually easy, but when you understand the concept, it's very easy. But this is hard to put in practice because there is so much pressure in the world. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and you're going to awaken so quickly. You're not even going to believe what you're going to see.
So even if you have somebody to love, still love yourself the best you can.
Yes. It's like in the airplanes, you cannot help somebody to put their mask if you don't have your oxygen mask first. You have to take care of yourself first. When your cup is full of happiness, just give what's left over. The more you have, the more you can give actually.
Exactly.
If you don't have enough, you cannot
Yeah.
give.
So you're not if you're not happy yourself, you'll not be able to help other people. So basically you have to be fulfilled and whole, centered, and in the right vibration to be able to affect other people around you, to love them better.
Yes.
Thank you for watching About Freedom Show. I really appreciate you. Click on one of the videos below and don't forget to subscribe.